Yeah, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are discussing about the lecture 2 of Unit 2. In that lecture, we are already discussed about the introduction part of the combustion process. In that combustion process, how the combustion process will take place, we are discussed about that combustion process, as well as we are discussed in the last class properties of coal, chemical properties. So after that chemical properties, another section of that your important topic is there. We have to cover this important topic in this lecture only. And after that, one unit I already completed first unit, and this half of the unit, total 1.5 unit will be there in your internal exams. In and after this class I will send it to you in that group question bank of your power plant engineering. Okay, so be attention and watch video totally. Okay, now I am starting your class. In the last class we are discussed about the combustion, what is combustion process, and that properties of properties of coal. In that properties of coal, chemical properties we are discussed carbon, hydrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, other elements. Other in such other elements, nitrogen, iron. And combustion of fuel we are already discussed, and I said to you molecule symbols and molecular weight also. We remember these symbols and molecules I said to you in the last class. Now we are discussing about the carbon. In terms of carbon, complete combustion. If we are using the air fuel mixture in terms of carbon, so if the complete combustion will take place, what will happen? If it is incomplete combustion will take place, what will happen in the cylinder? Or carbon, if instead of carbon, if we are taking the carbon monoxide plus oxygen as like air fuel mixture to inside of the cylinder to take a combustion, what will happen? How much the carbon monoxide we have to take from the outside, the quantity of the air fuel mixture, how much we are taking, we are seeing that only. Okay, if we are using the sulfur, if we are using the hydrogen, if we are using the methane or ethylene, the last one is ethylene. So these are the chemicals we are using air fuel mixture in that cylinder. After the suction process, the combustion will take place. Different chemicals having different chemical ratio of the or combustion ratio to produce the compression in that combustion chamber, and then that combustioning of the gas and burning of gas, it will expand that in the cylinder, and then exhaust will take place. Here the cylinder, after the processing of cylinder, the power in that power plant we are already discussed, the exhaust gas will goes to the generator, and in terms of steam, and then generator will produce the electricity, and it goes to the three phase power transmission, and then power will be stored and divided into and gives in terms of divided to AC or DC for the users. Okay, these are the things we are discussed here. Okay, now we are discussing in the how much the quantity of carbon if we have to take if the combustion will complete totally. So just remember these things. These are the basic things, and it's give you the to help in that solving of problem. These are the things you have to remember, then only you can do that problems. Here the small problems will be there in your exams also, final exams. Okay, how much the carbon will take, carbon, the quantity of the carbon we have to take the 1 kg, and oxygen we have to take 8 by 3 kg in the ratio. Then only the 11 by 3 kg carbon dioxide will form, and that carbon dioxide will goes to the cylinder, and then combustion will take place. Remember this thing. This is the fundamental formula of carbon. Whenever we are taking the air fuel mixture from the outside from outside, and in that air fuel mixture we are taking the carbon plus oxygen. So every air fuel mixture of the carbon, the property or the quantity level should be 1 kg of carbon and 8 by 3 kg of oxygen should be there. Then only the combustion will take place, the complete combustion or complete compression. Okay, next, carbon incomplete combustion. Sometimes the incomplete combustion will be there because of we are taking the two times of carbon plus oxygen. It's give to the 2 carbon oxygen. Here the as you know, in that mathematics we said like the coefficient of the x, coefficient of the y, that is here that moles we are saying. 2 carbons, the C 2 carbons, the 2 is represented at 2 moles of carbon. Here there is no number is there from the oxygen, so that is called as 1. If the number is not there in that term, then we can say that is the value of 1, that is 1 mole of oxygen. Here the 2 is there, that is 2 mole of carbon oxygen. Here we are just divided by 2 we are here, then 2 by 2 is 1 mole of 1 mole, and here the 1 by 2 will be comes, and here the 2 by 2 is equal to 1 moles. And after that we are taking the LCM, then after that the total value will becomes of 56. You can do this one because of it is a easy calculation is there. Okay, here just we are dividing the 2. Okay, divided by 2 on both sides. Next, 1 kg of carbon plus 4 by 3 kg of oxygen is equal to 7 by 3 kg carbon monoxide. If the combustion, incomplete combustion with oxygen to form a carbon monoxide and not carbon dioxide as in the first case according to the equation. Here what is the purpose of incomplete combustion we are taking here? Because of we have to form the carbon monoxide. If the carbon monoxide is produced in that cylinder, it means the combustion is incomplete. If the carbon dioxide is produced in the cylinder, it means the combustion is complete. Okay. So in that incomplete combustion, here we are taking the 1 kg of carbon plus 4 by 3 kg oxygen is equal to 7 by 3 carbon monoxide. It gives the 7 by 3 carbon monoxide. Third one is carbon monoxide. In that carbon monoxide, here the second one is just the carbon here we are taking. And produce the carbon monoxide. If we are taking the carbon monoxide directly to the air fuel mixture in cylinder, what will happen? If combined with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, here we are using 2 times of carbon oxygen plus oxygen give rise to 2 carbon monoxide. Okay, here the 2 carbon oxygen, the we can say that the volume, or we can say that the mole. Okay, how much the quantity is 2. Here there is no number is there. It seems that is 1, and here the 2 is there. Carbon oxygen total is 2. So after that, here again we are dividing the 2 on both sides, and it will become a 1. Here 1 by 2, here 2, and after the LCM we will get that value, the 88. 88 is represented as the 11 by 7 kg of carbon monoxide capacity is producing the after the combustion cylinder. 1 kg of carbon monoxide here we are using, plus 4 by 7 kg oxygen. 4 by 7 kg oxygen. These two things we are using in this air fuel mixture, and then it goes to the cylinder and then produce the combustion chamber 11 by 7 kg of carbon monoxide. If we are seeing in one single digit number, then we can say that the 88, okay, 88 gram carbon monoxide. Next, the sulfur is there. Here, if we are here we are using the air fuel mixture sulfur, burn in the presence of oxygen to produce sulfur dioxide. In that air fuel mixture, sulfur plus oxygen. One thing is noticed to you: every reaction having must be there oxygen, air is there. So the chemical will change as per our requirement. So here we are using the sulfur. Sulfur plus oxygen is equal to sulfur dioxide. 1 kg of sulfur we are using plus 1 kg of oxygen, and it gives to the 2 kg of sulfur dioxide. Hydrogen, how much hydrogen we are taking? Hydrogen burns with oxygen to give a water as product. Here the hydrogen burns with that by the addition of oxygen, hydrogen is burned and it gives the hydrogen oxide. Hydrogen oxide, it seems as water. 1 kg of hydrogen plus 8 kg of oxygen we are using in this air fuel mixture, and then produce the 9 kg of water. Okay. So one thing is saying this to you, 9 kg of oxygen water we are producing. Okay. Next, the sixth one is methane marsh gas. Methane called as other name is marsh gas. When the methane burn in the presence of oxygen of combustion products are carbon dioxide and water vapor will be produced. Here 1 kg of methane we are using plus 4 kg of oxygen to produce how much quantity? 11 by 4 kg of carbon dioxide we are producing here, and plus the remaining 9 by 4 kg of water vapor we are producing. The last section, I think you have a doubt of 9 kg of water in that cylinder, how the water will comes, and means here the water vapor is there, not a totally liquid water is there, water vapor, and then water vapor will goes to the in terms of streams to the generator, then it produce the in that in between the cylinder and generator, the turbine will be there, and the turbine will produce the steam, superheated steam, not turbine, boiler will be there, and that boiler will produce the steam, superheated steam, then steam will goes to the generator, and generator will produce the electricity, and it goes to the 2-phase or 3-phase power transmission system. Okay. Like this, the power plant will complete the cycle. Here the methane is also same, but in that methane the two things are produced: 11 by 4 kg of carbon dioxide and 9 by 4 kg of water vapor. Next one is ethylene. On the combustion with the oxygen is also give a carbon dioxide and water vapor as a product. Ethylene is also giving in the after the combustion chamber, after the entering of air fuel mixture into the combustion and produce the carbon dioxide and water vapor. How much we are taking the ethylene? Here 1 kg ethylene we are taking plus 24 by 7 kg oxygen we are taking, and then 22 by 7 kg carbon dioxide plus 9 by 7 kg water vapor will produced. Okay, just see this chemical equation and practice these chemical equations, and in that chemical, after that chemical equation, solve this LCM and you will get this value. 88 you will already get that carbon dioxide. Here you are get the 88 value carbon monoxide. Okay, so you can easily find this LCM. After that we will go to the some important questions of this chapter. So how to convert a volumetric analysis to weight analysis? How we will we convert the volumetric analysis about the chemical into weight analysis? The conversion of a volumetric analysis to weight analysis having two steps. By the helping of these two steps we can convert the analysis, volumetric analysis to weight analysis. Okay, the step 1 is multiply the volume of each constituent by its molecular weight. Here we can multiply how much the volume is there, that volume to multiply the molecular weight. The second one is add all this weight and divide and each weight by the total of and express its percentage. Means what we are saying here, total weight how much is there. Some example, for example, two chemicals we are using, two chemicals we are using. So for example the two chemicals weight is 10 plus 20 is 30. So then all this weight and 10 by divided by each and every, for each and every we are dividing 30 for a single chemical weight 30 by total weight is 50, 10 by 50, 20 by 50, 30 by 50, 40 by 50. Okay, 50 by 50. If the total weight is, if we are saying the 5, for example if we are saying the 5 chemicals, then 5 chemicals having total weight is 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that is total is 100. And if we are dividing means single percentage for the calculation is 10 by 50, 20 by 50, 30 by 50, 40 by 50, 50 by 50. Okay. Next, how to convert the weight analysis to volumetric? It's a reverse one. First we have to divide the weight of each constituent by its molecular weight, and then again we have to add the volume. Here we are, second step we are adding that in the volumetric analysis to weight analysis. In the second step we are dividing. Just this is one, opposite one is there. Add this add up this volume and divides each volume by the total of all each volume by the total of all expressed and its in percentage. Second step, the volumetric analysis to weight analysis, we are dividing the weight. In that, here we are dividing the volume. Okay, just remember and read again this after the class. Okay, weight of air required, how much the it is a very important question. If it is comes under your final exams, definitely, inshallah. Weight of air required for complete combustion of fuel, how much weight required to complete the combustion. Okay, the theoretical or stoichiometric quantity of air is the quantity which is required for complete the combustion of 1 kg of fuel without any oxygen appearing into the product combustion. Here we are saying in theoretically how much we are saying, or stoichiometry how much we are saying, it depends upon that quantity is the air fuel mixture will burn into the combustion chamber. For example, if we are taking in terms of weight, nitrogen gas 77% should be there and oxygen 23% should be there in air fuel mixture. If we are using in that air fuel mixture in terms of volume, or we are saying in terms of volume, the nitrogen quantity will be 79% should be there and oxygen will be 21% should be there. As like volume or weight, the quantity percentage is different, and in this ratio the every chemical should be there in air fuel mixture, then only the combustion will take place completely. Okay, here we are if sometime the access of air is supplied in that air fuel mixture, because of air it's coming from the outside of the cylinder, so what will happen, the amount of access of air or supply varies with the type of fuel, different types of fuel and firing condition. The firing condition will be deflected, because of if the sometime the air is accessed in that cylinder, it may approach a value of 100%, but modern practice is to use 25% to 50% access air. Here we are using as per our air fuel mixture requirement. In that cylinder we are using 25% to 50% only. Weight of carbon in fuel gas. Fuel gas, we are already discussed about the fuel gases, solid gas, liquid gas. Okay, solid, liquid gas, we are already discussed about these gases in the last unit. Here we are discussing how much the weight is there of carbon in terms of fuel gas. So here, therefore, the weight of carbon per kg of the formula of weight. Just now we are discussed in that topic only. Here we are seeing the simple formula, 3/11 CO2 carbon dioxide plus 3/7 carbon oxygen. These terms of formula we have to take to find the per kg of fuel of gas in that cylinder. How much the per kg of fuel gas is there, where the carbon dioxide and oxygen are the quantities of carbon or carbon monoxide present in the per kg of fuel. Just now we told you. Okay, weight of fuel gas per kg of fuel. Here we are saying weight of fuel gas, that is carbon gas. We are saying here we are saying fuel gas per kg of fuel burn. That is also a same. The weight of fuel gas per kg of fuel burn is equal to how much the weight of carbon is there in fuel divided by how much the carbon is 1 kg of fuel gas is there. Weight of carbon in 1 kg of fuel divided by weight of carbon in 1 kg of fuel gas. Okay, remember this formula. Okay, so here we are discussing about the example sum, the percentage composition of sample of liquid fuel by weight is carbon is 84.8% and hydrogen is 15.2%. Calculate the here we are solving the problem. So just see, proper attention should be there, then only you can understand. The first thing is calculate the weight of air needed for the combustion. Second is calculate the volumetric composition of product of combustion. If the percentage, if the 15% if the 15% access the air is supplied. First we have to write the given data. The percentage composition of sample of liquid fuel. Sample of liquid fuel we are saying element. First is carbon, 84.8 percentage is there. Then we are converting into the kg. If we are converting into the percentage into the kg, we have to multiply the 1000. 0.848 comes the carbon value. The carbon is equal to 0.084 kg, and hydrogen is converted into 0.158. Oxygen use, how much the oxygen is using. In terms of carbon, how much we are using, here we are said to you. How much in terms of 1 kg of carbon, how much we are using the oxygen, 8 by 3. And in terms of hydrogen, how much the oxygen we are using, 8 kg. So remember these two things. Here we are 8 by 3. The quantity of carbon into 8 by 3, and then that calculate in your scientific calculator, you will get this 2.216. This is the quantity of oxygen we are using here, and this is the quantity of oxygen we are using in that hydrogen. The total quantity of oxygen, how much we are using, 3.477. Dry products kg, how much the dry product kg will be there. Dry product kg is here 11 by 3 from here. Dry product kg is weight of carbon in 1 kg of fuel. Weight of carbon is 1 kg of fuel. We have to use in this thing 11 by 3 kg. Okay, here just we are this one is 11 by 3, the weight of per kg of fuel. 3 by 11 C carbon dioxide is there. If we are saying the dry, it's reciprocal one, 11 by 3, and then calculate this 3.109 carbon dioxide. This is your given data will be complete as per the your requirement to find the bits. First bit is saying the maximum weight of air needed for combustion. Maximum weight is asking. So here the total gas we have to in that total gas into the percentage, total gas into how much the weight will be there, 100% by 23. Then what is 23? Here the formula is there. Here the oxygen percentage is for calculating the weight, 23 we are using. Here the 21 we are using. Like this percentage we are using here. And if we are converting that percentage, you know already 23 by 100. So here we can say that 23 by 100, then 100 will go reciprocal, that divide by divide, that it will give reciprocal. So 100 by 23 it comes. So after the calculation we will get this value, the maximum air needed for combustion. This is the air we have to need for to done the combustion process. In terms of kg we are saying. The next, express air supply. Air supply, here we are expressing how much the air is there. Said 15% air is supplied. 15% is air is supplied. Then here 15 in 15.11, 15 into 11 into 15 by 100. Here the 15% is saying. So here we are multiply by 15 by 100 to know how much the air we are supplying in terms of kg excess air, and weight of oxygen excess air. Weight of oxygen, if we want to find the weight of oxygen, again we have to again we have to check, because of excess air the oxygen weight will be different. As per the standard air weight, the oxygen is weight is this one only. If the excess air will be there, the excess air weight will be again that separate one is there. So here we are multiplying same for the 23 percentage. Okay, 23 by 100 is after that 0.521 kg. Here 23 divided by 100 is there, and then it reciprocal 100 by 23. But here we are directly used because of it is a excess part, and it is not using in that combustion. Okay, that's why we are directly multiply by 23 by 100. After the total supply, how much the air is there, minimum air to required to do a combustion, and plus excess air. Minimum air is 15.11, and here that 15.11 is there, and the excess 15 by 100 is there. Okay, 15.11 plus excess air, how much we are producing, 2.266. Then total air is supplied to the cylinder is 17.37 kg. Like that the air is we are done. The weight of nitrogen we have to know, because of nitrogen in this fuel. Here we are saying the weight of nitrogen, we are calculating the weight of nitrogen. If we are calculating the nitrogen, because of nitrogen percentage is 77. If we are calculating weight, 77. If we are calculating nitrogen volume, we are using 79. Here we are using 77 by 100, then the value will become 13.8. Okay, these are the weight we are calculated for the air needed for the combustion of 1 kg of fuel. Okay, and then the next one is the volume composition of product of combustion of the percentage air is applied. It is here only. Okay, to get the volumetric composition of product of combustion, let us tabular method. We are using here the tabular name of the gas. We are which gases we are using here? Carbon dioxide, then next oxygen, then next nitrogen. Weight different one is having. Carbon dioxide weight is 3.109, just we are wrote here. Then oxygen weight is 0.521. Next nitrogen weight is 13.38. Molecular weight, carbon dioxide molecular weight. Here the carbon dioxide molecular weight is there. Carbon dioxide molecular weight, 44. Then next nitrogen 28, oxygen 32. That only we are using here. So be remember it. You have to remember this: nitrogen 28, oxygen 32. Product proportional volume. Proportional value means weight divided by molecular weight. Then you will get this, and this is the sum of the proportional volume. And then percentage. In that percentage, just we have to multiply the 100. Z each and every Z 0.070 by 0.5650 into 100. Then you will get that value in terms of percent excess. Okay, so make sure to give your attendance in that Google form link, and make sure to watch this video totally, because of next maybe I think Friday you are having the internal one. Inshallah, in this class I will send it you after this class question bank of your power plant engineering. Okay, and don't forget to give me your attendance in that link. I will send it you Google link also. Just click on the link, and whatever the details are there, you have to submit that your details. Okay, thank you very much. If you are not understanding any concept or any any topic or any conversation, you can ask me the doubts in that you by mail through the mail ID. My mail ID is there with this video. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.